Hey girls, so today I am going to be doing my drugstore foundation routine. I love this foundation routine because it's all very affordable. It's some of my all-time favorite drugstore products and I've just kind of combined them into a foundation routine for you all. I hope you really enjoy this foundation routine. It's pretty simple and quick. It's not very full coverage. It's kind of like an everyday foundation routine, but I really enjoy it. And I'm using the Neutrogena Healthy Skins Liquid Makeup Foundation. And this has SPF 20 in it, and I'm in the color Nude 40, so it just looks like this glass bottle. I've gone through two of these already. I've also given one to my friend because she really likes it. I absolutely love this foundation. So all the other products that I'm using are found at the drugstore too, so they're very affordable and really easy to access, except for some of my brushes aren't all from the drugstore, but they're just kind of my everyday brushes, so I didn't want to change them for that purpose because I really like those brushes. So I hope you enjoyed this video, found it helpful of course, and just stay tuned to see my drugstore foundation routine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm taking is my Garnier Anti-Dark Circle Roller, and I'm just going to go ahead and roll this underneath my eyes. And this just helps brighten me. If you ever watch my videos, you know how much I absolutely love this thing. So yeah, I put quite a bit underneath my under eye area just to brighten it up. I look kind of silly. And then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of spot conceal any other areas that I do have. And I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Smoothers Concealer, and this is in the color 710 Light. And I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of apply this around my nose, just any little spots that I may have. I have a huge zit right on the side of my nose. It's kind of going away though, so that's good. And yeah, I just kind of apply that all over my face. So I do apply concealer before I apply foundation. I don't know why, it's just kind of always what I've done. But I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with my fingers. Like that. And then I kind of let my Garnier concealer sit on my face for a little while because I like that it thickens up and becomes easier to kind of just pack in. So I'm just going to take some fingers and pat that in. So until it's all the way blended. And this is just really nice. Gives a little bit of coverage, but also just really brightens up my area. So that is that. Once that's all blended in, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my foundation. And the foundation I'm using today is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. Just looks like that. And I'm in the color 40 Nude. So, yep. I'm just going to go ahead and shake this up because it's liquidy. It's pretty liquidy actually too. And I'm going to go ahead and pop the bubble that's on top. Pour a little bit on the back of my hand. So, oops, I poured quite a bit out. Oops. Like about that much. That's a little much. But yeah, that much. I'm going to go ahead and just dab it all over my face. I do this first because I'm going to be applying it with a brush. And I like to kind of just put the foundation where I need it to begin with. I feel like I have more control. And I need more coverage towards the inside of my face than I do towards the outside. So yeah, I just go ahead and kind of blot that everywhere. And then take the rest and put it down my neck. And I'm going to be using my Sigma F80 flat top synthetic kabuki brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and buff this in. So I think this brush does an amazing job at kind of blending everything. And I really love it with this foundation. There are certain foundations that I'd rather use my beauty blender with, but this foundation works amazing with this brush. I think that it just does an awesome job at buffing and kind of not leaving the finish so dewy, which I have oily skin, so I don't want anything too dewy on my skin. So I think this does an amazing job at leaving a really good texture to the skin with this foundation. So I just really buff this in. So I love this foundation. It's one of my favorites. It's really lightweight and has a super natural finish to the skin, but also gives a really nice coverage. So I love this foundation. So that is what I do for foundation. If I had any other kind of blemishes that didn't really cover, I would just go back in with my concealer, but I don't really have too many today. As you can tell, I just have this bulger on my side of my nose, but it's covered, so it's kind of nice. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go into the rest of the face. So I'm going to go ahead and set it with a powder. And the powder I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind powder, and I'm in the color Classic Beige. And I'm just going to be taking this with my e.l.f. Kabuki brush, and oop, I've got like dog hair on it, which is really cool. If you have a dog, you know that you can't avoid dog hair. So I'm just going to go ahead and swirl that in there and then just kind of press it into my skin. I do really like this powder, but it's not the best for controlling my oil, but it's really awesome at not leaving the skin too kind of cakey looking or powdery looking. So that's something that I really do love about this powder. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but nothing too crazy. So I go ahead and just buff the powder in all over my face. And that is what it looks like all powdered. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my bronzer. And the bronzer I'm going to be using is the NYC Smooth Skin bronzing face powder in the color 720A Sunny. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Bare Minerals Flawless Face, it's like a tapered paddle brush. I'm just going to go in with this and contour my face. So kind of just right underneath my cheekbones for some added color and shape to my face. Down the sides of my nose, down my chin and neck to kind of blend, because as you can tell, my face is a lot whiter than my body is, and that's only because I put a lot more sunscreen on my face than I do on my body to protect it. So yep, just kind of around the hairline, under cheekbones, inside of nose, down the neck. I love bronzer, especially in the summertime, totally obsessed. So that is all I do for bronzer. And then one of my favorite blush brands from the drugstore is e.l.f. and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Studio Line blush in the color Peachy Keen, Candid Coral. Sorry, I like Peachy Keen too. This is Candid Coral, and I'm going to be taking just a blush brush. This is the Sephora blush brush, Air 55, and I'm just going to go ahead and smile. This is a really light blush. You can definitely build it, but it's really nice and light, perfect for the summertime. So I really love what this blush just does to my skin. It's just kind of give it a hue of color, but nothing too crazy. So okay, and that's all for blush, and then I'm just going to go ahead and move on to highlighter. And I'm going to be using my Hard Candy So Baked Bronzer in the color Tiki, and I'm going to be using an e.l.f. blush brush, and this is just a small little blush that I think is perfect for highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and smile and just kind of put this on the tops of my cheekbones, down my nose, other cheekbone, and I also like to apply highlighter just above my eyebrows, because it's just kind of the C motion, and I really like that. And then on just a little bit on my Cupid's bow, and everywhere that I like to look glowy. So that is my completed drugstore foundation routine. I hope you girls enjoyed this video, and I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye!